All right. Good evening, traders. This is the evening of Tuesday, 29th of July. It's just 21 minutes past 8 o'clock. Quite an interesting day of trade. And so I just thought that let's quickly pull up a few charts for you and let's take a look. Was this a good enough move for the market to bottom out, at least in the short term? Come, let's take a look and understand. So here I have the Nifty spot, the daily time frame, my usual Heikin Ashi candles. I have the next pro price indicator, which gives me various concepts, attributes about the market, as well as the next pro RSI. And with these, I kind of figure out how to analyze the chart better. Step number one, the market kind of teased this particular range, which has been holding pretty well for quite some time. And after a series of 3 consecutive negative days, we have a bounce back. Now, these black dots, by the way, is the actual closing price. And when you have an actual closing price well within the body of a Heikin Ashi candle, that should be considered with a little bit of importance. Do we have a bottom? Too early to comment. My state of flow is still negative. The trend is negative. The momentum is negative. The Heikin Ashi is also negative. Now, those who use candlesticks and bar chart, if you open them, you'll see a lot of this kind of a behavior, which is a lower low, a lower high, and a bounce back, wherein the candle would be green or the bar will be green. I like to call them decoy bars. I have a certain name for most of these patterns, and I like to call it decoy. And going back to the Heikin, what I can share with you tonight is this can turn out to be a dead cat bounce, or this can turn out to be a short-term bottom. A lot of this confirmation, I think, we'll figure out by tomorrow's close. The most important level going forward is the low. Because if this is a dead cat bounce, then this low will be broken tomorrow itself. Simple. However, if tomorrow we have the markets, trading above the low, stays above today's low, then the possibility of a fractal low, then the possibility of a further move, bounce back increases. So tomorrow's close, tomorrow's price behavior will be very important, not only for the Nifty, because across multiple sectoral charts, I'm going to take a look at it with you right now, will give the very similar kind of a reading, right? I want to start with the the sector which is showing the most strength, relative strength, and that's CNX Pharma. Nowhere close to any kind of short-term correction, and it's been really strong. I've been talking about CNX Pharma in my weekly analysis, and this is one sector which is showing strength, continues to show strength, and one should remain bullish. I had marked it, flagged it green. Now, if we start with Bank Nifty, very similar, just like the Nifty, so the view remains the same. Today's low is going to be extremely important. Bank Nifty needs to be seen in line with the private banks. Very weak chart. You can see where the close is in terms of the Heikin Ashi body. Not a very good close. And with the private banks, you should also keep an eye on the CNX PSU Banking Index. This is relatively better, but to be honest, the markers, the readings are negative. So for any kind of strength in these kind of charts, all these charts will be very similar, right? For any kind of strength, please remember the first sign would be an emergence of an Heikin Ashi upper shadow. Now that candle can be green, the candle can be red, the candle may have a small body, may have a largish body, that I don't know. But the first thing, the bare minimum thing is the candle should give me an upper shadow. And for that, a move needs to come above previous day's opening high, this one, right? So please remember, going forward for the next couple of trading sessions, you would like to see a sectoral chart where this high is crossed and an upper shadow on Heikin is made. So let's quickly take a look at the rest of the sectoral charts, and if I can find something for you, which is there in CNX Auto. Now Auto bounced back close to 1% today. Let's quickly take a look at the bar chart. Pretty decent move, no problem. Going back to the Heikin, it's given me an upper shadow, which is not bad. It's a decent bounce back. It's not enough because it's been range bound for quite some time. But in the weekly analysis, I have flagged out CNX Auto in the green, which means that it's relatively better than the rest of the sectors. CNX Energy, no, it doesn't. It's not giving me an upper shadow. The state of flow is very much negative. It's a negative chart. Finance, same story. FMCG. Now, FMCG, of course, it's weak, but you see the shrink of the Heikin Ashi body. Now, I don't know if you use Heikin Ashi or not, but it's got a lot of intricacies within itself. And if we read them properly, it can give us all the necessary readings, from trend to the strength of the trend to the momentum of the move, everything. So this pure Heikin Ashi chart is telling me that the momentum of the selling is just started to slow down. Slowing down can lead to a reversal. Are there any signs of reversal? No. I just shared with you. You should look out for an upper shadow, something like this. See this negative move, upper shadow, movement towards this greenish Heikin that is relatively improving, and there you go, the bounce back. So that's exactly what you should be looking out for if you use Heikin Ashi. Or if you don't, you can just keep a track of what I'm sharing. If I get signs of such turning around, I'll definitely share with you. So auto has given us an upper shadow. Pharma is showing impressive strength. But apart from that, as I click each and every sectoral charts in front of you, none of them have given us any signs of even a short-term reversal. No. In terms of a bit of a momentum slowdown, FMCG. Sorry for that. FMCG, because the size of the candle has shrunk. It's come down. So 140 points bounce back from the Nifty. Okay, fine. Does it change any of the calculations? No. Does it change the situation, the condition? Not really. Strength is not there apart from pharma, a bit of an auto, a bit of a slowdown in FMCG, but that's not enough. We need the private banks. We need the heavyweight stocks. Yes, the Reliance bounced back today, but we need more of that for any kind of a confirmation that we have a bottom in place. So do not change your stance. Do not get too excited and start buying. Let's see. I think tomorrow's close is going to be very crucial. We have multiple triggers coming up with the expiry of the derivatives contract, the US-India trade, the 1st of August, and I think in the 1st of August we have the RBI policy. So quite a eventful few days coming up in front of us. So prepare well. Do not get too impulsive in the market. And yeah, trade well. And of course, take care of yourselves.